I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another review. This is another paid request, this time from DavieVids, and it's for a film called Polar. Now, I don't know the source material that it was based on. I guess it's something that was released on Netflix. It's a movie where I'm kind of in the middle of. Mads Mikkelsen, I thought, did a pretty decent job as this assassin. You've seen this all before, an assassin ready to get into retirement. Of course, bosses don't really want that. In this case, because they have to pay some retirement fee, some money, and the guy just wants to keep it. So whenever someone retires, they get a team to try to kill him. I will say one noteworthy thing about it is the color palette. The color palette is pretty good in this. You know, the greens are striking, or the blue, the water, or it's. I like the look of the film, the cinematography. Like I said, the color schemes. It's a good-looking film. Mads Mikkelsen, he plays the role fairly straightforward, and I think that was for the better. I honestly wish more of the film was played more straightforward, because it has quite a bit of bits of comedy that I don't know really worked for me. When I started this review, I almost wanted to say it was a least successful version of Leon the Professional, but it doesn't really have much to do with Leon the Professional. I mean, there's a hitman, and then there's not a young girl, but a younger than our lead. But it's not really the same plot at all. It did make me just want to go rewatch Leon the Professional, though. Interesting to see Johnny Knoxville make a cameo, as I guess he's one of those guys that was retired and he's doing cocaine and he's killed by a hit team. Which I know that's a spoiler, but oh well. But yeah, as the movie goes on, it's, like I said, Mads Mikkelsen is retiring. He has these nightmares about this bad intel he got where he killed these people he wasn't supposed to, again because of bad intel. And pretty much this bad guy sends a hit team for him. He's like, fuck that, and he kills them. And the movie sort of goes on from there. The movie didn't have as much action as I thought it would have until, I would say, second half, third act, where there's a bit of action scene in a hallway. There's a sequence. Well, I don't know what I should give away. Fuck it, spoilers. I do better with spoilers, so screw it. Getting back to the beginning, again, it's bits with humor I wasn't really a big fan of. Like, for example, he gets this cute dog, and he has a nightmare. In POV, splashes of violence and blood. He wakes up, and as he wakes up, he shoots something randomly, and he accidentally kills the cute dog. And it seemed like this was all meant to elicit a laugh. I didn't really laugh. I didn't really think it was funny. It made me honestly just hate the lead character. Yeah, he didn't do it on purpose, but just like... Or like the bad guy's wearing this fucking yellow, canary yellow suit. He's got blonde hair, this purple shit on his right side of his face. And... I don't know, just some of the humor didn't register for me. At least for me. When Mads Mikkelsen was acting and when it was just the action portions, that worked better for me. And people, you know, some reviewers, oh, this is a wall-to-wall action. I don't agree with that. But there's, I mean, some decent parts of action. Because Mads Mikkelsen is told to go on this one final job. You know how that goes. He gets there and he takes a guy and fucking nails him to the wall, including his junk. Which thankfully we don't see that part, but, you know, in person, so to speak. But you get the idea. And it's like, ooh, shit, one of those things. And then he's drilling into the guy's head to get information. I thought that was a wild and crazy scene. You get this montage where the hit team keeps going to the wrong address. So they go to one address and it's the wrong guy. Which I'm like, wouldn't they have a fucking picture of this guy to know this is automatically not the right guy? You would think they'd have a picture of this guy of the... Hey, you know, let me get a picture of this fucking guy from any secret camera I could have. So I did, if I'm preparing a fucking hit team for him because I want his retirement money. So you would think maybe I have a picture of his face just in case. But no, instead, this creep beating on the decoy girl saying stuff like, you like to take it up the ass. And they kill that motherfucker. One place, the guy tries to jump through the window and he bounces off. And so they shoot him for it. And then it'll cut to our lead character who's living out in the middle of nowhere in the snow. And he has a neighbor who's a younger gal. And you may very well pick up on who she might be if you've seen enough of these movies. Meanwhile, the killers are going from random place. Like, they shoot this fat guy who makes all these noises of stomach gurgling and farting. And then he's not dead, so they have to shoot him again. That's what I mean, like, the humor, if it worked for other people, that's cool. It didn't really work for me. Again, I would have preferred this to be a bit more serious and a bit more of Mads Mikkelsen. Like, I didn't give a shit about this montage of these killers going to the wrong place over and over again. I thought it got redundant, it got old. I just didn't think it was as funny as I guess the makers of the film did. And I'm like, okay, other than Mads Mikkelsen's performance and the one scene where he nails the guy to the wall, and the color scheme, the cinematography, I was like, man, I'm not really liking this film at all. I was like, maybe this will be a rant. And then he accidentally kills the two dogs. I'm like, okay, that's a lame attempt at a stupid fucking joke, or whatever you want to put on your resume of what the fuck that was. But it was when I would see Mads Mikkelsen is talking with these kids, like a show and tell, and he's supposed to converse with them about combat. And the kids keep asking him questions, and he answers about a country, or about what kind of food this country, what they eat at. Each time he answers a question, we enter his mind, and we see him different ways of how he killed people in different countries. Yeah, it was flashy, but I thought that portion was fun. That portion was humorous, but not cringeworthy or just groan-inducing. And also, you got a bit more into the killer's frame of mind, but also, I thought it was kind of clever. Like this sweet, seemingly sweet bit of him just conversing with the kids, but then it shows how fucked up his mind is. Like, this is what I did when I was there. This is what I did. This is what I did over here. And then when the killers arrive at the right place, he shoots one in the leg, axes her to the fucking face. He's able to sneak outside butt naked and find a sniper, and it's a nice wide shot where they hide his privates Austin Power style. But it's snowing, it's cold, and he's got the gun right to the sniper. Be able to find someone using infrared and their breath. Might not have been infrared, but using their breath in order to snipe the person. I mean, that whole sequence, I thought, okay, this is when the movie's really picking up for me. It's picking up for me there. Then you have this random scene where he goes to see a friend at a karaoke, and it's Richard Dreyfuss singing really shitty karaoke. But you know what? It's Richard Dreyfuss. It was cool to see Richard Dreyfuss. It's a nothing role. It lasts like a minute or two. Oh, it's Richard Dreyfuss. What are you doing here? Then he gets drugged and tortured. He escapes. He shoots a shitload of people in a hallway. Breaking necks. Blood splatters. Well, actually, he breaks. And he escapes, fucks up people, breaking necks, and then he's in the hallway, shoots a shitload of people there. Now he's got an eye patch because he was tortured. Then he sets these people up where he has these things with lasers on them and sentries. And then I like the bit where when he goes to the bad guy's lair, by this point the henchmen realize, oh, I don't want to fuck with this guy, and they just run away and they run past him as he's just walking up. I like the idea that this guy, they know they don't want to fuck with him, so they're just running away from him. Like, peace out, Holmes. And of course at the end, kills the bad guy. The girl who's his neighbor who he rescued. Oh, you murdered my family before. I should kill you. I'm not going to. Who's the guy that hired you? I don't know. Let's find out. I guess it's set up for a sequel. So I would say the second half of this film I thought was much better than the first half. I would say I liked I'm not sure if I liked the character Mads Mikkelsen played, but I liked the actor's performance, if that makes sense. The other actors, they're... obviously the action more kicks in the second half of the movie. Yeah, it's a plot you've seen done many times before, so there's nothing new with that. Some of the humor didn't really gel with me. That's just me. The girl played the neighbor. I could give a rat's ass. I didn't think she was that good of an actress. I thought Mads Mikkelsen out-acted her every day and twice on Sunday. There's a lot of other movies with... I mean, I would rather watch Shoot 'Em Up. I would rather watch Leon the Professional. There's plenty of other movies about hired killers or hired hitmen or hired other ways. And Shoot 'Em Up, I thought, did the humor much better and consistent than this. And that really was a wall-to-wall action movie. So this one... I wasn't big on. Parts of it I thought was okay. Mads Mikkelsen, I can see why the critics took a dump on this. I really can. If you're bored and you got Netflix or you don't have Netflix and you watch the trailer and see what you gather from the trailer. If it's worth a watch, sure. I would never watch this film again though. And then that's just me. So with that said, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.